Alrighty then, we are back. It is Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you share the video. It's the best way to donate to the video, man. Appreciate anybody that's gonna stream, that's gonna fall through and watch the live. Appreciate everybody watching the replay. Appreciate the love, support, man. Um, y'all see what we talking about today. Porter said he promised Danny Garcia Spence winner, even though Spence got a mandatory. So is Spence dropping that belt? Oh no. Team Fury trolls Wilder. Also, Vasal Lomachenko and Lomachenko, excuse me, Teofimo Lopez and Vasal Lomachenko talk. I watched some film yesterday and I got some interesting takeaways about Lomachenko that made people on Twitter feel some type of way. Touch me, tease me, hold me tight and don't let go. Lopez gonna put Loma on the floor. All right, but hey, appreciate that love, man. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media links are in the description. So if you need to reach out, I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook in that order. If you want to make a donation during a live stream, you want a question read, Super Chat is open. If you don't care about a question, I prefer the Cash App, PayPal point of view or choice. Cash App is CJ Good 313 going across your screen. PayPal link is in the description. But let's get to it. So appreciate everybody that will tune in, man. So let's get into it. Basically, Porter said that PBC Al Heyman, Al's plan. So Al Heyman basically promised him the winner, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. But to my knowledge, the IBF is then doing an interim title fight that's going to be on Showtime versus Sergey Lipyets and Kudabadev. I call him Qdoba because I can't pronounce that long name. He the one that beat Luis Collazo. He was actually the IBF mandatory, but he put his mandatory status on the line. He wrote a petition. Sergey Lipyets wrote a petition for them to fight for the IBF interim belt. So what I read from Dan Rayfield, I think it was before he got fired on his day off, was that 90 days after the conclusion of the Errol Spence and Danny Garcia fight, that Errol Spence and Danny Garcia has to fight the winner of Kudabadev and Sergey Lipyets. That is what I heard. They are fighting October 10th. So they fighting on Showtime, long as no COVID thing get there. Now, what can happen to derail this? They can do a step aside deal, but the IBF is not known to do step asides. They can do it could be a situation with Lipyets, Qdoba, get to a draw. They got to run it back. Also, it can be if somebody suffers an injury and they can't take the fight next. But like I said before, the Sean Porter fight should be now. Since Errol Spence wasn't forced to take a mandatory, I think Sean Porter and Errol Spence does better on pay-per-view than Danny Garcia and Errol Spence in the pandemics. We got pandemic pockets around here. You feel me? I think it does better than I think that he should have did the Sean Porter fight right away. Danny Garcia wasn't ordered to be the mandatory. He could have took any fight that he wanted to take. He chose Danny Garcia. He could have chose Sean Porter. Now, do I want to see Sean Porter and Errol Spence rematch? Why not? P20, salute, Kobe 2K fan. What it do, dog? I had a dorm mate that lived across from me. He always said that she from Decatur. You what it do, dog? His name was Larry Son. He had a funny last name. Larry. Can't remember his last name. It's funny. Like Balut. Larry was it? No, it was Kenny. It was a Kenny Balut from Decatur. His name was Larry Son. I can't remember his name, man. But he always said, "What it do, dog?" But yeah, I don't mind seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind seeing him fight Danny. But let's not act like he fighting some dimes, some silver quarters or silver dollars or gold dollars. Sean and Danny been ran through like Cardi B. You feel what I'm saying? 704 Joe Salute. They been ran. Them ain't no premium opponents, nigga. Sean Porter and Danny Garcia they got beat multiple times. Danny Garcia just got the gift of gifts. He get a lot of gifts. But You know, I mean, the IBF is strict. Last time they got in trouble for taking deals with Lou DiBella, so ever since they got in trouble with Lou DiBella, they've been flying straight. So maybe they banking on Lopez winning and Lopez not getting a direct shot at Earl Spence and waiting for the winner of Sean and Earl. But at some point, when that IBF order not a mandatory, but they got an interim winner, they made James DeGale drop his belt. You know what I'm saying? They made James DeGale drop his belt. You know, he said, remember Danny a tune. That's what Earl said. Earl told them people at PBC that Danny Garcia was a tune-up. That wasn't what the fuck I made up. He told them dudes over there he a tune-up. They tried to talk him out of taking Danny Garcia. See, that you need to get at him. He called Danny Garcia a tune-up. That's why I said Danny Garcia was a tune-up. J Labs 4CV salute. He said that shit. Danny Garcia he an average welterweight. I mean, he an average welterweight. Like what letter grade y'all get Danny at welterweight? Be real. Danny ain't no B plus. Danny is a C plus welterweight. Prove me wrong. What B welterweight he beat? Name me a B welterweight Danny Garcia beat. Donald. Anybody. Name me a C welterweight Danny Garcia beat. I thought so. Get out of here. But I'm just wondering, is he gonna drop that belt? Because if Qdoba get that belt, Bob Arum gonna press. He gonna press the action to get him fighting the winner of Danny and Sean. So do they plan on dropping the belt and letting Lopez become champion, and then Earl fight Sean and the winner go back and fight Lopez to get the belt? If Qdoba win, Bob Arum might put his resources together and try to win that purse bid. But if Errol Spence don't want to fight Qdoba, Danny Garcia don't want to fight him, man, Bob gonna force him to drop that belt and run it over to Crawford. So, I mean, it's an interesting situation when you look at the business side of it right here. Because Sean's saying, I'm promised to be next. But is Sean Porter aware that there is a mandatory due after Sean and Danny? And another question is Danny Garcia willing to fight Sean Porter in a rematch? Because he already saying that he ready to move up and weight. Only fight I think Danny Garcia stay at 47 for is Keith Thurman or easy fight versus Qdoba, or Keith Thurman or Manny Pacquiao. That's the only fights I see Danny Garcia staying put at the 47 for. And maybe an Earl Spence rematch if he feel that he can beat him again. And that's just the honest truth. Like Sean Porter being told he next. So do they plan on dropping the IBF? And what if Earl win and he do drop the IBF? So at the point, do we believe that they still going for undisputed? He said Jay Lashworth's Kavalaskas will give Sean and Danny and Ugas a B-level welterweight a run for their money. Yeah, Sean Porter always in close fights. And to be honest, let's get on Sean Porter, old Kenny Porter neckhead, old golden nugget head. He didn't want to get Ugas a rematch, so why should Earl give him a rematch? Seriously. Why should Earl give him a rematch? He didn't want to get Ugas a rematch. So what has Sean Porter done to deserve a rematch? That just lets you know boxing is all politics. Sean Porter lost it. If Sean Porter, Earl Spence was so razor thin, why didn't the WBC order a immediate rematch? They did it to Tony Harrison and Jamil Charlo. It's because Al Heyman is pulling all the strings. Al Heyman is what forced Tony Harrison to get a rematch versus Jamel Charlo. If Al Heyman wanted to do Charlo and Harrison 3 and put it on pay-per-view, he could have forced the WBC to order it again. He did not. So, like you mess with anybody else, it's a lot of good that come with Al and it's a lot of bad that come with Al. The same Al Heyman that's making Erickson Lubin the mandatory for Jamel Charlo again. He gonna make Jamel Charlo fight Lubin again because he believed Lubin is the future. That's why. This ain't happening organically. Everything is paid for in boxing. There's rarely that there's naturally a progression where somebody earns a mandatory. That's a rare occurrence. Sean Porter did not earn the mandatory in the WBO, the IBF. No, it's the WBO, WBC, and I think that's it. WBO, WBC, and IBF. I mean WBC, excuse me, and WBO. Sean Porter didn't earn those mandatories. Sean Porter just fought Sebastian Baby Formula, an opponent that nobody ever heard for in a title eliminator in the WBC. If there's gonna be reform in boxing, it gotta start with the sanctioning belt bodies. If boxing gonna get to the place where we need to be at, it gotta start with the sanctioning belt bodies. They gotta do reform where they don't take pay for rankings. Sean Porter should have either A, got an immediate rematch at Earl Spence immediately, B, had to work his way back up. Those are the only two options. I can respect both options. If they order Errol Spence to fight an immediate rematch with Sean, I'm cool with that. It was a close fight. Honestly, I'm 100 with that. But Sean Porter don't deserve to fight Sebastian Baby Formula and then again get a #1 ranking. Danny Garcia beat Adrian Granados and become a mandatory. That's a joke to me. That's a joke. PBC welterweights not even beating each other, non-title holders or contenders, to earn a title eliminator. And that's the problem. Al Heyman giving us reruns of fights that we should have got 5 years ago. When Keith beat Sean and when Errol beat Kel, all of them should have fought each other. All of them. These dudes out here paying for rankings. Honestly, Sean Porter is what he is. He's a bridesmaid. He gonna come up short. Danny Garcia is what he is. He's an average welterweight. Keith Thurman is what he is. He a runner. Manny Pacquiao is what he is. You get no reward for Pacquiao but the WBO and the payday. And I get it. Pacquiao don't put you as a legend, nigga. Like, get out of here. Beating Canelo makes you a legend. That's what make you a legend. That will make you a Hall of Famer. That's what make you a Hall of Famer. Beating Manny Pacquiao don't put you in the Hall of Fame. It put money in your pocket. It gets you an additional belt. I'm not mad if you pursue it or not. But at the end of the day, the game need a huge icebreaker. The game need a huge icebreaker, bro. The game needs somebody to say, you know what? Put the bull jive to the side. Let's put it to the side. And let's make this fight happen. You tell Bob, you tell Al, let's make this happen for the betterment of Bob. Everybody got their best interests, their own individual interests at first. Nobody thinking about the fans. When in every country or most major countries, you got multiple sports to look at. You got multiple sports to look at. So you don't have to settle for boxing. You know, Sean Porter don't want to give Ugas a rematch, but want motherfuckers to give him a rematch. Is what I don't understand. You could have fought, you and Ugas literally fought what, week or two apart? Y'all literally fought a week or two apart. Literally. Same thing with Earl and Sean last year. They fought a week or two apart. We could be advanced. We supposed to be already to a point where we already at the mountain peak. We should be having a trilogy or a rematch between Terrence and Earl right now, or Keith Thurman and Earl. It just don't make no sense. All this division do is keep moving backwards and backwards and backwards. Reggie, salute. T20 say Sean better make his move at Bud now because Mean Machine getting that rematch. Mean Machine ain't getting no rematch. He got Ray Robinson problems. Sean Porter don't want to fight Bud. Kenny Porter wanted, but Sean don't, because they friends. But that ain't what we should have to settle for. We treating Terrence Crawford like a prospect. Like he ain't proven. When Floyd came to 147, they ain't say you gotta do this, that, and the third. When Bernard jumped up 2 weight classes, they ain't say you had to do this, that, and the third. You ain't qualified. How you not qualified when you've been undisputed like Hopkins? How you not qualified? You a two-time 2-division champion. How you not qualified when you held every belt in boxing? Tell me that. How you not qualified? And you know the hypocrisy? People gonna say, well, Danny Garcia qualified to fight Errol Spence. How? It ain't like Danny Garcia jumping up from 140 pounds just now and fighting Errol Spence. I get it. Even if he was coming off the Herrera fight at 40. Okay, he was the king at 140. He can jump up and earn an Errol Spence fight. How Danny Garcia qualified to get a Spence fight? He beat nobody to get a Spence fight. In his whole career, he beat nobody at welterweight to get a Spence fight. How was Sean Porter qualified to fight Errol Spence? And he didn't even earn the belt that he had, the WBC. He didn't earn that belt. A lot of people said Ugas won that belt. He should have had to run it back with Ugas to get it right that fight Earl Spence. We just keeping it 100 behind. Udango, salute. Porter fighting the IBF interim. I doubt it. No way. Salute. I doubt it. Not happening. Is Sean Porter even ranked? Let's check it out. Is Sean Porter even ranked? Give me a minute. You got Brown Morgan at 15, Mikhail Fox at 14. No, Jerron Ennis at 14, Mikhail Fox at 13, Maurice Hooker at 12, Ivan Gloob at 11. Sean Porter is ranked number 10 in the IBF. So it's crazy how Sean Porter could be ranked number 10 in the IBF. All right. He not ranked in the WBA. Number one at WBC. Number 10 at IBF, not ranked in the WBA, and number 4 in the WBO. He said his last fight was a IBF title eliminator. He had number 10. I don't know how. Maybe he do fight the winner of Lippi Escudo. Who knows? Maybe you're right. How you fighting a title eliminator and you rank number 10 in the IBF? Let me go to their website. Let's double check that. Let me double check that. Give me a minute. Let's look at it. Hold on. Oh, shit. 1 second. So, yeah, Sean Porter ranked number 2 on the new ranking. So, yeah, he up there. He ranked above Lipinets, and he fighting for an interim title. It make no sense. So maybe maybe Sean Porter is he will. I mean, maybe they will order that. Usually, when you fight for the interim title, they make the champion actually fight you. So maybe you are right on that one. We'll see. These dudes, man, it's just crazy, dude. These dudes is just weird dudes, man. Don't forget to jump on Beauty Shop Live today. He got that white woman that was faking to be black. Let me see if that's today. It's today, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go let Coon Shop Barbersations know what y'all think about him. That the dude is cool. Porter pays the WBC. Didn't his daddy say that? Parlay King, saw a salute. I mean, boxing is boxing. It's a joke. It's a real joke. Sean Porter don't want to give a rematch, but Earl Spence get a rematch. Want Earl Spence to give it to him. I don't get it. I think Christopher Whitney. I think Sean does at welterweight. Who deserves it? I think Sean does at who deserve it more. Sean Porter had his chances, bro. Sean Porter. Why does? I mean, we can have a conversation. Why does Sean Porter deserve it? Why? After stinking up the joint versus Sebastian Baby Formula on Fox, what does Sean Porter deserve before? Because he a bridesmaid? He the MVP, the most valuable participant? Sean Porter don't earn nothing. If you lose in a close fight, either you get an immediate rematch or you work yourself back up. Ain't no two way. Where did he work himself back up to? How many times I gotta watch this dude come up short? How many times I gotta watch Sean Porter come up short? How many times I gotta watch Danny Garcia, get a gift or come up short? He came up short versus Thurman. He came up short versus Porter. He got to give versus Peterson. He got to give versus Herrera. How many times do I watch these dudes come up short? Let's progress it. We doing the same thing we was doing 5-6 years ago. If Sean Porter deserved a rematch, he should be fighting Earl Spence November 21st. If not, get out the way. You done lost to Keith. You done lost to Earl. You done lost to Kale. You beat Danny, but that's not a prize possession. You fought everybody. You legitimately fought everybody. Ain't you supposed to move up? You ain't no Marvin Hagler. It took Hagler around 44 fights just to get a shot at the title. I think he got robbed and came back 2 or 3 fights later and fought the guy again. So you ain't even fought 44 times. Michael Nunn, it took him 30 plus fights to get a title. So this ain't that. And when Marvin Hagler got his title, he dominated. He dominated. Sean Porter, you got your title. You dominated Paulo Malignaggi, and then you let Kell Brook take your cookies. What's so funny to me is the hypocrisy by Al Heyman. Kell Brook come over there and take Sean Porter cookies, but he mad at Gary Russell for letting Lomachenko take his cookies. Didn't you put up the money for both of those fights? Now, some people say he mad at Gary Russell because Russell refused to rematch Lomachenko. Okay, maybe that's the case. I'm not mad at it. Salute line killer. I mean, if that's the case, I ain't mad at him. How you gonna go in there and make excuses about the scale, and then when it's time to fight this dude again, you pussy out? We tired of seeing Sean. I'm tired of seeing him. I don't want to see him in the tuna. I don't want green eggs and ham upstairs, downstairs, in the car, on the moon. I don't want Sean Porter no more. I don't want to see Sean Porter fight no more. We don't want him no more. He like Booster from Jingles All the Way. We want Turbo Man. We don't want him. People say, well, Terrence Crawford need him. Terrence Crawford don't need Sean Porter with validation. It's funny how everybody lose their belt and lose their cookies, and then they start clout chasing using Terrence Crawford name to get clout. That's garbage. That's who does that? Where has masculinity gone in boxing? Where has it gone when somebody go to your face and call you out, and the guy don't say like, "Oh, let's make the fight happen." The guy said, "Well, I'm gonna take the easy route next," or "Al want this, that, and the third." Please believe you step to Marvin Hagler and you call him out, he give you the business. Sugar Ray Leonard giving you the business. You got guys putting their arms around people's daddies, and ain't nothing being done. Could you imagine putting your arm around Riddick Bowe or Vander Holyfield daddy? Sonny Liston pops? Shoot, even Floyd Patterson. And they not doing nothing? Imagine you put your arms around George Foreman pops and troll him. George Butterbean salute. George Foreman is gonna have you, he gonna put you in the pine box himself. This is where we coming in at boxing at. And then what's even worse, you got the rest of the beta male civilization out here in boxing. They don't have no code no more. That's the one thing about dudes out here right now. People don't have no code. People don't have no code. None at all. No code. They want to sit out here and do nothing. They want to just, oh, this dude need to do this, that, and the third. How you gonna tell a dude who more accomplished than Earl Spence what he need to do? Earl Spence just following Keith Thurman plan. You feel what I'm saying? What has he done exceptional? Nothing. He went life and death with Sean. You want a cookie? He flipped his car because he was drunk. You want sympathy? Come on, this dude started off at 54 in a career guy who started at 140 and then fought at 35 and fought at 40 and 47. He got to be required to move up, fight Patrick Teixeira. You know what I'm saying? He got to fight Sean. What am I fighting Sean for? When Sean had a belt and we sent Sean an offer, Sean said no. When Danny didn't have a belt, he said no. Well, you only offered Danny $3 million. Did he send a counter offer? No. We offered Keith Thurman. He fought Manny Pacquiao. He's still chasing Manny Pacquiao. So at the end of the day, when Floyd fought Carlos Baldomir at 47, did Floyd have to go out there and fight his leftovers and Zab first? No. He fought Zab after Baldomir. When he fought Arturo Gatti at 40, did he have to fight everybody else up under there? No, he had a couple fill out fights. You know? You know what I'm saying? He said when the Durrells won the IBF interim, he lost the rematch 10 months later. Uzatagi finally got his shot versus Plant 10 months later. No, Uzatagi was the champion, bro. Uzatagi was the champion. You remember James DeGale had the belt and he got stripped because he didn't want to fight Uzatagi. Uzatagi was the champion as soon as Durrell dropped the belt. I mean, as soon as DeGale dropped the belt. He said he wasn't even making it to the fight if you violated. And these dudes ain't got no heart no more. These dudes ain't got no heart. Reggie Singer said Bud grabbed Spence's stomach and said he fat and he stayed ready. I mean, come on, we know Earl Spence got a dope problem, a drug problem, a lean problem. That ain't nothing new. That's why that's why TMT protecting Tank from himself. He don't have no discipline. And that's after the IBF went from DeGale to Truex to Plant Porter not getting Spence unless he beat the IBF. He got the WBC mandatory. He said that's when the IBF went to DeGale, Truex, Plant. I don't remember Truex being in there, bro. Uzatagi was the champion, bro. And he defended the belt once after he became a champion. Versus a little fight that was on, like, it wasn't even on major TV, I don't believe. So Uzatagi was the champion before Plant. And he had a title defense. So I don't even think it went to Truex. That DeGale belt, it went from after DeGale wanted to fight Eubanks. DeGale gave the belt up before he fought Eubanks. Uzatagi defended it versus somebody I don't remember. Then he fought Caleb Plant. And then he fought Caleb Plant. That's how it went. But back on topic. Like I said before, these dudes get taught. They get called out. They get pumped on camera. They don't do nothing no more. How can you not like Crawford wanting to fight? Crawford, Errol Spence came out and said, "Well, Crawford want to fight. I'm gonna push for the fight next year." He's been saying that for 2 years now. Nobody bats an eye. Crawford come out and say that. Oh no, come on, Spence ain't done nothing in boxing. He just unified the belt. He had a major bagging since he came as a pro. So how do you unify the belt 7 years later? How? How? If you that guy, how do you unify a belt 7 years into your career when they giving belts all like candy? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. How do you unify a belt? How do you unify a belt 7 years into your career, and you got a major back? Oh my God! Wow. Daniel Jones just dropped a dime to Slayton. Ooh. I told you they're gonna beat the Steelers tonight. I told my other channel that. Everyone's saying Bud needs to fight somebody, yet these dudes just don't want to keep fighting each other. You ain't lying, bro. Why do Bud need to fight somebody? Has Errol Spence ever beat the lineal? Never. Errol Spence has never beat the lineal title holder in any division. Crawford beat Victor Polk, so he was the lineal. He beat the number one guy. Errol Spence has never beat the number one guy. And the number one guy been on his side of the street forever. Keith Thurman. Floyd Mayweather. He's never beat the lineal guy. So you can't even definitively say he the best welterweight. He never beat the guy that beat the guy. The guy that beat the guy that was supposed to beat the guy but lost the belt was Manny Pacquiao. He beat Keith Thurman. And all they want to do is keep giving us fights that we should have got 3-4 years ago. After Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, Sean Porter went over to England to call out Kell Brook, thinking Errol Spence was gonna lose. Then when Errol Spence won the belt, he didn't want to fight Errol Spence. He should have fought him in 2017, 16, whatever it was. Errol Spence is supposed to come back in a hometown fight in Dallas. I believe it was supposed to be at the American Airlines Arena. They couldn't find an opponent. Luis Collazo said he wanted to fight. All of a sudden, his arm in a sling. Sean Porter didn't want to fight. You know, you got that fight should have happened in 2017. Whatever year he fought Kill, it should have happened. Come on, man. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. Hold on, man. Mason ready to come in. So let me let Mason in. I'll be right back. I don't know why the damn chat ain't working. Give me a minute. Let me fix that while I'm at it. I thought I fixed it when I logged in. Let me fix the chat so you can see it on the screen. Yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna go over StreamYard, bro. I might have to pay that dub a month. This $8 ain't bad, but give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, my bad. Fix the chat. Everything good. So but yeah, we was he said Mr. Gary Russell, Mr. Cat. Well, I talk about Gary Russell. Somebody told me that Al Heyman is the one that turned the fight down. So take it for what you want to take it for. So, Gary wanted to fight, Al turned it down. So I heard if Gary didn't fight, and I don't know how true this still is today. Last week I heard that if Gary Russell didn't fight Devin Haney, he was gonna fight his mandatory at 126. So it is what it is. Right, salute. He said Spence would have been fought, but coming from Egypt, he would have been fought him. Why he didn't fight him? Why he didn't fight him? How you gonna call Catman Gary Russell? You need to call Catman Spence. Come on, he just did an article saying Bud want to fight. I'm gonna push for it next year. Nobody trying to hear that shit. I know personally that the coach didn't think he could win. So let's start from there. The coach said no. So if the coach said no, Al gonna definitely say no. But believe what y'all want to believe. He said because I think the Mean Machine has a chance versus Crawford. How? How? All Crawford got to do is box. Crawford sat there and fought dumb. If Crawford would have boxed, he probably would have been always boring. No, Truex did beat DeGale. The DeGale came back and yeah, that did happen. Did he beat DeGale? I can't remember that. The one the rematch he vacated and avoided. Yeah, he did. I remember that shit now. Boy, them Steelers looking pretty bad out there today. He said the ref stop it. Where do y'all make this shit up at? I mean, honestly, where do you make he stopped Kavalaskis, dude? Where? I mean, man, this shit is crazy. MM Sports Talk salute. He said the next year, then, like I said before, people be like, "Oh, I got robbed." You got knocked the fuck out. You got knocked out. People say, well, Bud got dropped. He ain't got no chin. Muhammad Ali got dropped by nobody. Trinidad was known for staying on the canvas. That's why I say people don't know nothing about boxing. If that's so, why did Trinidad basically why was Trinidad able to go up like several weight classes? Roy Jones did not Trinidad out neither. Even Ward, that's close to him, was saying he should have bought. He just fought stupid. He just had. That's what happened when you don't get the fights you need to get. You feel like you got to perform. You got to over impress. He could have outboxed Kavalaskis. Ray Robinson outboxed Kavalaskis a lot of that fight. Spence do not got the best. Let me just delete these dudes, man. Spence got the best resume. Keith Thurman got the best resume then, if that's the case. He beat Sean Porter several years before him. He beat Danny Garcia several years before him. How your resume beat better when you beating the same guys Keith Thurman beat years ago? Stop it. If we really born out, Manny Pacquiao got the best resume. Ooh, they just picked that shit, the Steelers. If that's where we going. And then Manny Pacquiao lost to Jeff Horn. Like I said before. He said, Mr. 21 Strong, why these casual fans think just because you got dropped, your chin is weak? Why they ain't saying Wilder chin weak? That's my question. Why they ain't saying Wilder chin weak? Come on, Wilder got dropped to the body, dropped to the head. Why ain't Wilder got, come on, man. Why they ain't saying Wilder chin weak? Why they ain't saying Sean Porter chin weak? He got dropped by Adrian Broner. Melanie Lopez said Porter has a damn. He lost all the fights. How your resume good and you lost? He lost. He had a draw with Julio Diaz. He lost to Kell Brook. He lost to Keith Thurman. He lost to Errol Spence. He got a good participation awards. He lost to them dudes. And he supposed to be bigger than a lot of Julio Diaz started at 35 pounds, 135 pounds. No look say, don't you believe that the biggest factor in Spence taking a long time to unify is due to the fact that all the other champions at the time were showing zero? Who fault is that? No look pass. Salute. Who fault is that? No look pass. Could you name out those champions that was ducking Errol Spence? Sean had a belt. Ain't he signed to Al? Keith had a belt. Ain't he signed to Al? Danny had a belt. Ain't he signed to Al? Keith held 2 belts. Ain't he signed to Al? Manny got a belt. Ain't he signed to Al? Or am I lying? Or am I lying? So you telling me, before we switch subjects, you telling me that Al Heyman didn't give superstar Errol Spence titles? Why wouldn't Al Heyman feed Sean Porter? Who is Sean Porter? He's nothing. He couldn't even put 10 fans in the stands in the StubHub Center versus Ugas. Keith Thurman. He didn't make Al Heyman money for 22 months. So why wouldn't he feed Keith Thurman and Errol Spence? Danny Garcia had several questionable victories. Come on. So why wouldn't your own manager, who supposed to take this Olympian and build him into a star, build him into a star? I'm just asking the question. We know it's Al's fault, but we can't blame Spence. What you mean? What you mean we can't blame Spence? Why Spence just can't fight Crawford when he done with this fight? Or after the IBF intern? Why he couldn't fight Spence this fight? He called out Spence. I mean, he called out Crawford. Why he couldn't fight Crawford this fight? He said, I'll fight Pacquiao, I'll fight Crawford, I'll fight anybody. I don't care before or after that car accident. It wasn't like he was just sitting in his car, somebody hit him. He was the one that was driving under the influence. Not no sympathy for a dude getting into a car accident because it's self-inflicted wound, drunk driving. Could you imagine if Tyson Fury got into a car accident? Could you imagine if Terrence Crawford was driving drunk and got into a car accident? Nobody trying to hear that, man. Al Heyman don't care about him. Come on, man. Y'all get out of here. Al Heyman even think he was that good. Come on, why's Al Heyman protecting these dudes? These dudes ain't pulling a million pay-per-view. These dudes ain't putting PBC on their back. You know what I'm saying? So why would Errol Spence feel like he had to fight Terrence Crawford? Keith Thurman never wanted to fight him. He just continuing the ritual that Al Heyman had. A whole bunch of ducks. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, do unto others as others don't do unto you. You know what I'm saying? That's what Errol Spence doing to Bud. Keith didn't want to fight him. Sean didn't want to fight him. Danny didn't want to fight him. And Al Heyman let these dudes do whatever they want to do. It's a shame. He said Spence was the first. No, he wasn't. It was Adrian Broner. It might have been somebody before that. Young Mike, salute. But don't nobody want to talk about that, though. Nobody wanted, man, if we going to see Sean Porter versus the winner of Spence and Danny Garcia or Spence, we should see it now. Danny Garcia need to retire when you don't want to fight no more and you don't have a passion to fight no more, or you was to take a year off and then come, man, nobody want to see Danny Garcia no more, bro. Big Ben with the touchdown to Juju. High game. Gabriel Rosado has a better resume. He lost. Why are we giving people credit for losing? He lost to Jamel. He lost to David Lemieux. He lost to Triple G. Stop it, bro. You sound stupid. How do you got a good resume for losing? If that's the case, Darnell Boone got one of the best resumes of this era. Come on, you sound stupid. Oh, it ain't tied. You missed the kick. Well, you got a better. Earl Spence don't have no good resume. He just did everything Keith Thurman did afterwards. How do y'all not? How y'all don't see that? Who was Earl Spence beat for real that you didn't think he was gonna beat? Be honest. Who he beat for real? Come on, keep it 100. Who he beat for real? Greatness of ways. Who Earl Spence beat for real that you didn't think he was gonna beat? How many O's Earl Spence took? 2. Lardley and Mikey Garcia. He fought old Loma. I'll get out of here, man. And this is where we at. This is where we at in boxing, bro. We not protecting the ducker, dude. Y'all niggas is a shame, bro. Y'all a shame. Stop the cap. Where's the cap? Turn my light on. Where's the cap? Brook, he came off a loss. Kell Brook came off a loss and got knocked out. Sean Porter had a draw with Julio Diaz. He lost to Kell Brook. He lost to Keith Thurman. Stop it, bro. Fuck out of here, nigga. Get out of here. And don't forget, this is a dude that's coming down from 54 to 47. Who did he beat? Salam, salute. And Campbell. No, I was just asking you randomly. I wasn't calling you out. Mark, salute. Something, salute. Come on, bro. It's like you niggas wearing Gucci because it's Gucci and it costs a lot of money, not because of the material it's made out of. They can put Gucci on a regular, Walmart t-shirt. Y'all pay $200-$300 for the shirt. It's the same thing y'all doing with these resumes. Come on, he fought Bundu after Keith Thurman. He fought Algeria, who lost 2 of his last 3 fights. We just keeping it 100. He ain't beat nobody that he wasn't supposed to beat. You know, you talking about this dude is an Olympian coming in 2012. He don't have a significant victory. He don't have a victory over a lineal. He's never beat the guy in the division. Crawford has beat the guy in the division. That's a fact. Crawford has touched 2 ring belts. That's a fact. Crawford also went overseas and got his belt. That's a fact. The only difference is Earl Spence started off with a major backing and Crawford didn't. That's the difference. Props. What am I giving them props for? For running? Do you know your history about boxing, Melanated Alpha Lion? Do you know your history? What am I giving them credit for? Credit is Shane Mosley jumping up 2 weight classes fighting Oscar De La Hoya. Credit is Shane Mosley. I'm going to use him as an example. Credit is Shane Mosley fighting Winky Wright knowing he probably wasn't going to win. That's credit. That's when you get credit. Duran jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Leonard. Leonard turning around and rematch him immediately. Credit is, you know, Julian Jackson getting knocked out by G-Man, coming back and fight him again. That's what credit look like. Perseverance is Michael Nunn and Marvin Hagler having 30+ fights to get a title. Sugar Ray Robinson won, it was what, first 70 fights or something like that. What am I giving? What has he done extraordinary? Courtney Richardson, salute. What has he done extraordinary? Even in his era. Corey Spinks and Zab Judah had 3 belts in their era. Spence has not had 3 belts yet. What is he doing? Sugar Short, salute. What is he doing? What has he done extraordinary? If Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko in impressive fashion, he got a better win than anybody in boxing right now. In the last, 10 years. Who had a big significant win? He go out there and he knock out Lomachenko. Who got a better win in boxing right now? Who? Why are we, before I switch talking about Wilder, why are we taking away the fact that Crawford won a fight? Why are we taking away that Pacquiao fighting Oscar? What about that? That was what? That wasn't no good when he drained Oscar. So, ooh, Saquon getting loose. Oh, he jumped over Saquon. Nice. And my man tried to pick him up. That's crazy. My bad. Come on, what we getting credit for? Why we demoting Crawford for wanting to fight? I'm gonna get that question. I'm gonna move on to Wilder, Fury and Wilder thing. I'm gonna ask you a question. Why is Crawford getting backlash for wanting to fight Spence? Why? Why he getting backlash for wanting to fight the Spence fight? And why is Spence getting comfort? Why Spence getting comfort and getting credit for being a bitch? How's an undisputed champion not qualified? Tell me that. You don't have to do nothing at 47 just to get credit at 47 to get a title shot. We seen Usyk go from cruiserweight and become the mandatory for the WBO. That's happened. We just seen Bernard Hopkins have no credible wins at 75 and go upside Antonio Tarver head. Come on. You think when Henry Armstrong was jumping up weight classes, oh man, he need to do something at middleweight to get a title shot. Or he need to do something, he need a significant victory at welterweight to get a title shot. Get out of here. He said, "Could you please tell something?" Said my cousin that Mikey Garcia was not. He won. It ain't no remember. It would have been rememberable if he would have retired Mikey or stopped him. It wasn't rememberable. He failed to impress because of his lifestyle outside the ring. Victor Postal was the lineal at 140 pounds. He just stopped Lucas Matisse. He was undefeated in a lineal title fight. Tell me when Earl Spence was in a lineal title fight versus an undefeated fighter. It's never happened. Ooh, you gotta say. Tell me again, when was Earl Spence in a lineal title fight versus somebody undefeated? Matter of fact, when has he beat the number one guy in this division? And I'll slow it down. I will slow it down. He's had Keith Thurman, who was considered the number one guy in this division. He's had Floyd Mayweather on his side, who's been the number one guy in the division. If you won't even say Manny Pacquiao's number one, he's on the premier boxing champion side of the street right now. So why hasn't he fought the number one guy? When Top Rank said, "Oh, let's fight Victor Postol, you gotta fight Terrence Crawford," they made the fight. So when has Earl Spence beat the number one guy in his division? 54-47. He's fought at 160 either. In the three weight classes he's fought in his career, when has he fought the lineal? I can see if the lineal wasn't on his side of the street. What you mean? Who did Earl Spence beat to make you say wow? Tell me, who did Earl Spence to make you say be wow? Old ass Lamont Peterson? Who? Mikey Garcia, who he didn't stop? Chris Algieri, who lost 2 of his last 3 before he fought him? Leonard Bundle, who came off of Keith Thurman loss? Shut up before you get blocked, Butterbean. You sound like a real mark. Who did Earl Spence make you say be wild? Remember, he's at a weight class that he started off. He had a weight class lower than what he started off. Come on, man. Come on, man. Who has Spence beat that he took his O? Who? Mikey Garcia? He didn't beat Mikey Garcia. He didn't beat him like he was supposed to. Get out of here, man. If Henry Armstrong was alive today, he would have to be a fisherman because he would have been ducked too much. Same thing for Paul Williams. Floyd Mayweather retired not to fight Paul Williams. Manny Pacquiao never wanted to fight Paul Williams. Come on, man. There's been plenty of fighters that's been been victim of circumstances, bro. Throughout the history, not just Henry Armstrong. Paul Williams is a modern day that was ducked, had to move up just to get credit. At the end of the day, you said outside he beat Victor Postal. He was undefeated. Get out of here, man. I'm not dealing with it no more, bro. You was an idiot. I'm just getting rid of dudes. You an idiot. I'm not going through it no more. You an idiot. You an idiot, man. Sometimes I think these be these fighters themselves. Garbage. Garbage. Once again, deflecting from the question. I'll give a motherfucker another opportunity to answer it. Who has Earl Spence beaten that was lineal undefeated? I mean, who's he beat that was undefeated as a welterweight? Who? Who has he beat that's undefeated and knocked out that's credible, bro? Matter of fact, come on, man. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. Who has Victor Postal was the lineal champion of 140 pounds. Danny Garcia paid him to step down. Is that not true or is it fiction? It is the truth. He was undefeated. He stopped somebody Danny Garcia couldn't stop in Lucas Matisse. These are the facts. He was a number one fighter in the he was lineal. He was the guy at the division. He was number one. He was number one at the division. He beat him. Name me when Errol Spence has beat the number one guy in his division. When he fought at 54, when he fought technically at 160 versus Van Deer, and when he fought at 47. There's a question. Easy question to answer. Who has Errol Spence beat that's been the number one fighter in his weight class? And not to remind you, just to remind you, excuse me, he's had the last probably 2 or 3 guys that's been considered lineal. He's had Floyd Mayweather, he's had Keith Thurman, and now he has Manny Pacquiao. So why hasn't he beat the lineal of the last 3 welterweight lineals, in my opinion? Why hasn't he beat them? Why hasn't he fought them? Al had controlled all 3. That's an easy question. Come on. You talking about Peterson? Victor Ortiz stopped him, put him on the canvas 5 times. And Matisse stopped him. Timothy Bradley dropped him. You don't even know Lamont Peterson fought fucking Timothy Bradley. Angel Santos, salute. Mikey was not the lineal at 140. Mikey wasn't a lineal at 140. He wasn't even a lineal at 35. The lineal fighter retired. I mean, he moved up in Terrence Crawford. Wasn't a lineal. Get out of here. He said, I'm asking my cousin to answer your question. He keeps saying Earl. Well, at the end of the day, when dudes can't handle a debate when they wrong, he weak. He did. At the end of the day, like I said before, a lot of these dudes ain't never watched boxing for real, bro. Let's keep it real. A lot of these dudes they can't answer the questions. How you better than somebody and you never beat a top fighter? A lineal fighter, let me rephrase that. Come on. The lineal, he has never beat the lineal, and his management company has controlled the lineal, the last 3 lineals, in my opinion, or have control of them right now. Come on. No, lineal does not mean the last guy to hold all straps. No, it don't. It doesn't. When Adonis Stevenson beat Chad Dawson, he became the lineal because Chad Dawson was the guy. He beat the last guy that was lineal at 175. That's what lineal mean. Fucking idiot. That's what it mean. That's exactly what it means. Don't even know what lineal mean. Lineal don't mean you got to hold all straps. Shoot. That's why Kelly Pavlik was the lineal. Even though Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins twice, he was stripped of the IBF belt, but he still was considered the lineal when Kelly Pavlik beat him and beat him again. Get out of here. Some people say, well, lineal don't exist, but when it comes to Tyson Fury, why was Tyson Fury the lineal still? He didn't have all the straps when he beat Vladimir Klitschko because Vladimir Klitschko was the man who apparently beat the man. Come on, man. Why do I gotta give a boxing lesson on basic stuff, bro? Get out of here, man. Spence should have fought Mayweather. He should have fought Keith. He should have been fought Sean. He should have fought all of these dudes, man. Mikey was not the lineal at 35, bro. Once again, he was not the lineal. Who did he beat that was the man at 35? The man at 35 was Jorge Linares. He never fought Jorge Linares. Wow. These dudes is retarded, bro. My dog, who is what you 8 months, Mason? He knows more than you guys at boxing. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Talking about Mikey held 2 belts. He beat who he beat? Denchinian, and he beat Robert. So Eastern was I know y'all don't even know who Denchinian is. So Robert Eastern was the lineal champion at 135, right? And the only reason he got the WBC belt is because Jorge Linares didn't want to fight Denchinian. A lot of you didn't know that neither. Reading is fundamental. Come on, man. Mark say Crawford is the WBO lineal after defeating Horn, who defeated Pacquiao. You want to play that angle? I ain't mad at you. Mikey Duck Linares to fight Earl. If y'all talking about, yeah, he did. I forgot that. Come on, man. He not the lineal, bro. Linares was. The division was that weak. So Lomachenko was the lineal. When he could have fought Lomachenko, he didn't want to fight Lomachenko, did you? He didn't want to fight Lomachenko, did he? Like I said before, dude, this ain't just me Googling this shit, man. I could be off a little bit, but this is me reading and just watching boxing. Man, I've been watching boxing for a long time, bro. Both top 5. No, they not, bro. Mikey Garcia ain't never took a risk in his career until he fought Errol Spence. He dug Gamboa. Come on, why he wasn't calling Terrence Crawford name when Crawford held all the straps? Crawford would have stayed at 140 to tax on Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia ain't no top fighter dude at welterweight. He ain't never was a top fighter to begin with. Who Mikey Garcia beat to be considered a top fighter? I mean, let's start that conversation off. Who Mikey Garcia beat to be a top fighter? I'll wait. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Hey, I'm waiting. Me and Mr. Mason waiting, and we wait, Mr. Mason. And we wait with Mr. Mason. Go to sleep. Go back to sleep, buddy. Had a long, hard day. Come on. I'm just trying to say. Okay, this Floyd Money Mayweather right here. Leonard. Listen, Leonard. This boy, good fella. He know boxing. He know I duck the best. You know, I just say I'm the best, and people believe it. They don't know about Henry Armstrong. You know, I'm not better than Ali. Okay, but this boy, he know boxing. Okay, I could tell. He been watching it. I know boxing, and Butterbean don't know nothing about boxing. Okay, he don't know nothing about boxing. You know, his daddy didn't put him on the lap and know about boxing. So at the end of the day, he right. Mikey Garcia, he beat nobody. AB been beat more times than the kid suspended all school year. Okay. He dug Gamboa. We know that. That's a fact. He was part of the TMT team for a minute before Curtis. I left Curtis. Okay. Who did he beat? Robert Jr. He don't know how to fight tall. Okay, Leonard. Then Chinia, I never heard of her. Okay. Who was he beat? He beat Jesse Vargas, coming down from 54 to 47. Come on, that was my fighter. I put Jesse on. He ran the top rank like a bitch. Then he left again and ran the zone. That's my guy. Okay, Vargas ain't shit. I beat him in sparring with one hand. So once again, who did Mikey Garcia beat? Okay, he didn't do nothing that Andre did. Andre Ward. Okay, Darnell Boone got a better resume than him. He knocked out Adonis Stevenson. Anything that Mikey did better than knocking out Adonis Stevenson, I don't know. Okay, Leonard. He quit versus Orlando Salido. He didn't want to finish the fight. He pulled a Jamil Herring. Okay. He never fought Victor Postal. He never fought Lomachenko. Okay. He never fought Gamboa. Okay. He fought Juan Lopez. Don't forget Leonard. Don't forget he got dropped by Rocky Martinez. Come on, Leonard. This guy is not that good, Leonard. He can't fuck with Crawford. Errol Spence couldn't knock him out because he didn't have that shit in his ass. You seen his nipples. They wasn't that puffy. Okay, Leonard. Errol Spence, he ain't shit. That's why Al won't make the Crawford fight. I said, Al, okay. Al, make the fight. Make the fight, Al. He gonna get drunk and crash his car. What'd he do? He got drunk, crashed his car. Now the fight can't happen. I told Al, cash his ass out. Al didn't want to cash him out. Al said he still can be something. I said, Al, all he do is drink, sip lean, do coke. He ain't shit. I told you, Al, cash him out versus Crawford now. Okay? I mean, come on, Al. Cash him out. Oh, man. Boy, oh boy, I'm funny. I'm funny. Ain't I funny, Mr. Mason? What is Daniel Jones doing? Oh, he flipped it to Saquon. It's 3rd and 18. Saquon jumps over some. 55 smashes Saquon. Oh, Saquon gets up a little. So he's up. It is 10-9. The New York Giants at MetLife. Okay? Come on, man. He said he ducked Rancis at 30. I believe it. I believe Mikey ducked his own shot. Let's move on, man. Let's move on, Mr. Mason. Where we going at now? Want to get on the bed, sir? I'm going higher. Hold on. CJ, take a little bit of time to pull up the clip. Y'all be cool, okay? You don't get objective boxing talk like this anywhere else. Okay. Don't forget, call into Beauty Shop Conversation Show tonight. You having a white racist lady that tried to be black in an incident. Come on, just call in and call him a coon. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to call in. Here we go. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I see my video. I just want to pay it.
The right hand that changed the world.
This is the right hand that shook the world. Right there, baby.
I get right up close to the pillow, Fitz.
Yeah. Just check there's nothing in them gloves, will you?
See? I don't feel nothing. But the autopsy has said that there was a metal object in the gloves.
So right then and there, I wish I could play the video, but I don't feel like it. Right then and there, that is Javon Sugarhill from Detroit. I have one interview with him saying that trolling Deontay Wilder, saying that wasn't nothing in the gloves, and the autopsy said something was in the gloves. So they trolled them. Like I said before, if Wilder don't be real with himself and train and be serious and get the knockout, then he not gonna be able to beat Tyson Fury, and that's just square business. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing about it is Team Fury trolling them. They should. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to, I hate people that tell the streets but don't tell the police. All right? I don't get it. If a crime was committed where I'm fighting somebody and they put an illegal object in the glove, I'm going to pursue charges. I'm going to pursue charges. That's just straight up and down. I'm going to pursue charges. He telling the streets but not telling the police. You know why? Because there ain't no definitive evidence that Tyson Fury cheated. It's nothing that he can prove. We got a metal object. Well, Jay Diaz is right there watching his hands being wrapped. Reggie said, what the hell Spence got in that purse that he can't put in his... Probably a dildo. Probably a dick. He said, my dog, the real OG boxing, objective, good fella. Yeah, man, them dudes ain't no OG boxing. Original goofball boxing talk. But Yeah, like I said before, he deserved it. Like if they trying to sell the fight, and that's what I heard they trying to do is sell the fight. I mean, you want to sell the fight, sell the fight. There's better ways to sell the fight than sitting here making a fool of yourself. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is win. That's it. If he cheated this time, you really believe it, take extra precaution. Matter of fact, go in the room yourself and watch him wrap his hands. Let me get some suggestions. If you believe this man cheated, go in his locker room yourself and watch him wrap his hands. You know what I'm saying? Bring your own water. Bring your own water to there. Let the commission check that this bring. I mean, come on, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. If they just trying to sell the fight. Come on, man. You got people like Dante believing that shit. Come on, man. Yeah, man. They cheated Deontay Wilder, man. He has something in that glue. Can you imagine? Wilder probably sent them niggas $50 in food stamps to push that narrative. Wilder paid them $50 in food stamps. Yeah, man, they cheated the champ, man. 7-8, what you yeah, man, the champ ain't never got knocked out like that, man. So, Tyson Fury had his look at his gloves flopping, and this is an abomination of the proclamation of the assumption of an issue. Come on, man, get out of here, man. Move on. Move on. Move on. Wilder will stop him next fight. Just stop him then. Ain't nothing need to be said. You don't need to speak at the press conference. Prepare yourself to stop him. That's it. That's it. Stop him. What Kenny Porter tell Fred? Don't talk about it. Be about it. I ain't trying to hear all this sob story, bro. Either go in there and get the job done. Either press charges, sue the commission, sue Tyson Fury, sue Top Rank, and get your retirement money, or fight him. It's as simple as I'll be laughing at him too. Yo, quarterman, watch me wrap my hands. How's that on Mark Breland? Oh, he poisoned my water. Come on. And if it was the water, wouldn't Jay Diaz know enough? Wouldn't Jay Diaz know enough to not make the costume suit shit? Remember he made the costumes? Or the costume was too heavy. He started that. I don't get it. These dudes don't want to admit Al only sends certain fighters. He only do send it. He never liked Deontay Wilder. That's a fact. If he did, he wouldn't have sent Charles Martin over there for AJ. He made AJ a champion. People don't talk about that. He made AJ a champion. He made AJ a champion. That's like Sean Porter getting his belt from Ugas and him sending Sean Porter to fight Terrence Crawford. He thought Pilgrim Eddie was... Nobody talk about how Pilgrim Eddie played Al Heyman. He thought Pilgrim Eddie was his friend. Y'all forgot that? He thought the Pilgrim Eddie was his boy. Yeah, dog. Eddie, my man. Eddie never stabbed me in the back. Yeah, Eddie, my number one white boy. Love me some Eddie. Yeah, Eddie. He let Eddie come over here and get multiple belts. He sent Martin over there to fight AJ and make AJ a champion. Then he let Jamie McDowell come over here and get down on Kamada. Then he let Kell Brook come over here and get down on Sean Porter. Remember, every time he paid for a fight, his fighter lose. Of course, they're going to throw the black man under the bus. But Jay Diaz is watching my man get his hands wrapped. Well, he covered the camera. Did they cover Jay Diaz's eyes? Come on, man. People say, "Oh, you hating?" I'm just telling the truth. It just sounds just fugazi, bro. Did he cover Jay Diaz's eyes? I can't see, dog. I'm Stevie Wonder, mine. No, he didn't. He didn't. Nobody trying to hear them sorry excuses. Come back and win. If you lose, you lost to the better man. That's it. Let's move on. I was watching some film on Lomachenko. Ooh, the Steelers. Ooh, the Steelers got in. I was watching some film on Lomachenko, right? And I noticed I was watching Linares fight and also watched the Gary Russell fight the other night. I noticed that when Lomachenko throws punches, if you punch with him, you can get him. That's what I know. And what I noticed about the I noticed two things about the Gary Russell fight and the Linares fight with Lomachenko. And the two things that I noticed about those fights was that Lomachenko can be countered. T-Rex arms, Gary Russell countered him multiple times. He countered him. He did some catch and shoots. He punched with Lomachenko. Also, Linares, he didn't know how to consistently do it. Lomachenko was about to throw a jab. He caught Lomachenko loading up. Backhand down, jab hand down. He punched with him. And that dude is very beatable. That dude, people say, well, why didn't he get beaten the amateurs? The amateurs is different. For one, it's 4 rounds. For two, they don't really count body work in the amateurs. So, or whatever, 3, 4, whatever the hell it is. It's a different world. If amateur records matter, why did he lose to a 10-loss Salido? And people don't say, oh, he missed weight on. No, I mean, Lomachenko could have made him do a same-day rehydration clause, same-day weigh-in, where he didn't have to weigh too heavy. Lomachenko was arrogant. He didn't have no respect for the seasoned veteran. And that's a fact. So one thing you notice about this dude is that Linares fought him in the gray area. Linares fought him right in the pocket. That was his biggest mistake. Linares is just not a good fighter. I think he's an okay fighter. Linares is just not a good fighter. Linares doesn't have no ability to he can stay on the outside. He didn't never try to fight Lomachenko on the outside. He fought Lomachenko in the pocket, and all he did was got beat on. He made one boxing move the whole fight that was significant by dropping him. That's it. He made one boxing move and he couldn't replicate that boxing move. And he hurt him. He hurt him another time in that fight too, where he hurt him with a right hand on the side of his head. He hurt him with a right. I mean, Lomachenko ain't that good, bro. He's a good fighter. Don't get it wrong. He's a good fighter, but there's multiple ways to beat him. And y'all talk about matchmaking. They matchmade to keep Lomachenko safe. He ain't never fought another fighter like Salido again. All the fighters that he fought, other than Gary Russell, from Moraga to Rocky Martinez to Pedraza, you know what I'm saying? Them dudes was limited. If you get on the inside of Lomachenko, you can beat him. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is get on the inside and fight him. Lomachenko can't fight backwards. He going to keep going forward. You notice that in the Salido fight. Salido was sitting in his chest. Not once did he try to really go backwards and outbox Salido and use his angles. He didn't do it. If you push Lomachenko back or you make him reset, Lomachenko shuffle to the side and come right back forward. He ain't no great defensive fighter neither. There's a lot of holes in there that even semi-great fighters will take advantage of. This dude leads with his face sometimes. His hands be dropped down. He just ain't fought the right mofo. Bernardo, salute. He just ain't fought the right mofo yet. He just ain't fought the right one. He just ain't fought the right guy. He just blessed to be in a weight class that he able to get away with it at, man. Gary Russell was countering him. Gary Russell just didn't have no shake on his punches. He ain't no power. You know what I'm saying? If Teofimo Lopez could take 1 or 2 approaches, he can try to use his feet on the outside and outbox Lomachenko, which that means he going to have to punch with Lomachenko. So, if he can see the opening and get a sharp shot in there, he got to stop Lomachenko. If he can see the opening. Maybe get in there, he overestimate the way how hard Lomachenko punch. And it's different when you get hit. Everybody got a plan. That's what separates the counter punchers from everybody else. If you able to sit in there and take punishment and still keep your composure, still keep your vision, and you able to deliver, Danny Garcia did it versus Amir Khan. If you can sit in the pocket and deliver. Now, we don't know if Teofimo Lopez can do it on this level. You know what I'm saying? We know We know Gary Russell gonna do. He did it versus Lomachenko. He just didn't have the oomph that night, or he didn't have enough power. Not everybody can counterpunch. We know Danny Garcia is a master counterpuncher. So can Lopez prove that he a master counterpuncher? Or can he prove that he can bulldoze Lomachenko? There's several ways. Lomachenko is gonna be expecting him to come out hot, impressing him. What if he flipped the script and started dancing and counterpunching him, or waiting for Lomachenko to open up? There's multiple ways to beat this guy. There's multiple ways to beat him. But the best way, if you got the style, is the Salido way, because it's proven to work. The next best way is to punch with him. That's the next best way. If you punch with him, you can catch him. And Lopez, the way he got the Richard Comey opening, Lomachenko lead those openings open all day. If Linares had a little bit more power, he probably would have stopped him. Linares Luke fight. He got caught coming in straight. Yes, he get caught coming straight in with his hands down. He comes in straight. He comes in with the. If he about to throw the jab, he drops the backhand a lot of the times. Then he tries to shoot the jab. If you can catch him when he about to shoot that jab, you can punch right with him. Who fights like Salido? Teofimo Lopez. You didn't see the first 10 fights, he was bulldozing guys. Samir said Linares is a bit off. He's way overhyped. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Samir said he's a product. Loma is a product of match, man. He couldn't have beat no Duran, Shane Mosley, Chavez down. He got fucking dick knocked in the dirt. I think Lopez should fight him off the jump, especially if Loma is emotional against him. He won't be emotional. He might. Yeah, you can. You can overthink this as well too, like I'm doing. If you fight him off the jump, you can set the tone. But once again, it kind of weighs on. It's a few things. He said Salido was about to get. He didn't get knocked out. So if was a fifth, we all be drunk. He did get knocked out. It was a 12-round fight. He didn't knock him out. He didn't. That's the facts. He had 11 rounds. He had 12 rounds to knock Salido out. He didn't do it. Is that a truth or that fiction? I'm saying it's a fact. So all it really boiled down to, when you talking about bulldozing somebody, are you willing to walk through the fire? Do you believe that he can't punch? It sounds good, but Mike Tyson said it the best. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So Lopez wasn't steamrolling his opponents walking straight in on him. He was. He don't have Salido inside game. But who knows if he do or don't. But he didn't steamroll Mason Menard. He didn't steamroll Diego Magadon, whatever his name, Magadon. Wasn't Diego, it was the other one. It was Diego. He can fight pressure. That's how he got all them damn knockouts on Top Rank. He can fight pressure. And, just like most southpaws, Lomachenko is a sucker for a straight right hand. Here we go. Dude was fresh out the amateurs, though. He didn't have a pro game at the stage. Who? Who don't have a pro game? Lopez never just played good body punching. Don't mean he can't. Maybe he can't. Who knows? Maybe he can't. Maybe he can. But yeah, I'll take some questions right now before I end it off, because I'm about to end it off. Oh, Mr. Basie, you bit me. It's ready to get up. Any questions? Any boxing related questions? I'll wait a minute. Every time I log off, it's always like a few questions. I know it's a delay. One arm though, he fought bottom. At the end of the day, it is what it is. He showed the ability to fight those styles, to fight that style. Not saying Lomachenko is a bottom feeder. I'm just saying he showed the ability to fight those styles. Y'all just believe whatever fucking media tell y'all to believe. That's the problem. Lomachenko is not good, bro. He's not that good. Let me say that. He might beat Teofimo Lopez. He supposed to beat Teofimo. He don't get no credit for beating Teofimo Lopez from me. Ain't you supposed to beat a prospect with a belt? Ain't you supposed to be the dude making his first title defense at 22, 23 years old? I'm just saying, ain't you supposed to win? I'm not sure if Russell signed the contract. I heard Al Heyman stopped it. He said Loma is the better body puncher. I would agree. He got better footwork, maybe. Work rate, Lopez getting dropped. We'll see. We will see. Who has he fought that punched hard as Teofimo Lopez? Who has he fought that's as fast as Teofimo Lopez? That's the question. He ain't fought nobody, bro. Nobody. who has he fought that's really the bigger man other than Linares? He's not fought that person. Maybe Luke. Come on. Like, honestly, who has he fought with superior spin speed, punching power? Come on. Who has he fought come on, man. Who has he fought that's a counterpuncher on that level as Lomachenko? As TF? He hasn't fought that guy. That just lets you know how much overrated he is. Tanaki was like 7 inches taller than him. What about Lomachenko getting dropped by Salido? Like, everybody have a bad night. That's the question. Y'all want to pick. He went the distance with Tank Leftovers and Jose Pedraza. You can say, what about Floyd fighting Emmanuel Augustus? Everybody have a bad night. That's the question. Like, who was Lomachenko beat to make y'all say he's the superior fighter? Nobody. Every fighter he fought, that's somebody he had advantage over. He's bigger than Gary Russell, longer than Gary Russell. Who else he beat? I just don't know. He said Tio ain't that good. We'll see. So keep that. If Tio ain't that good and he beat Lomachenko, so what that make Lomachenko? Or if Lomachenko struggled with Tio, what that make Tio? Because to be honest, that Richard Comey victory was better than anything Lomachenko done in boxing. In the pros, Rigo, man, come on, man. That dude jumped up 2 weight classes. Stop. That dude didn't try. That dude came in there and laid down. Come on. I'm just being real. Who did Lomachenko beat that's better than Comey at their respective weight class? Don't get me blown up, Rigondeaux. I'm just keeping open. I probably still favor Lomachenko. I usually favor the more experienced fighter. Is it me or did Jamel and Tony have the best press conference? Yeah, they did. It was a great press conference. Loma should win this fight, but that's the beautiful thing about boxing is you never know. He lost to Leo. Lopez is bigger, stronger than Salido. That can play a lot of something. This is just because people telling you how good Lomachenko is. You show me a fight that Lomachenko showed you versus a fighter that I was superior. Every fighter he fought, it's an asterisk by it. Gary Russell, he beat Gary Russell. I'll give him. That's a fight he won. I'll give him that. But he did get dropped. Okay. Orlando Salido, he lost. Rocky Martinez was beyond his prime. Nicholas Walters sat out for 11 months before that fight because he didn't take the original deal. Rigondeaux moved up 2 weight classes, couldn't even meet him halfway because they weren't sure he was 100% going to win being in the top rank. Come on, man. I'm probably forgetting some guys. Who else did he beat? He beat Jorge Linares. Okay, he been stopped more times than the school bus on Monday morning. Jose Pedraza went to distance with him. He got stopped by Tank Leftovers. Luke Campbell got beat up by Yvan Mendy, lost to Jorge Linares Leftovers. So, come on. And let's not forget he did fucking duck Devin Haney. That did happen. Come on, man. Walters came off an 11-month layoff. Have you heard Nicholas Walters since then? No. Stop it. That wasn't no X, man. That was just a man. No, Walters, come on, man. Walters came off 11-month layoff, bro. They stop it, bro. We know what Top Rank did to Walters. Get out of here. Come on, that man came off 11-month layoff because he did not want to take the Lomachenko fight a year prior for more money. Stop it, bro. Stop. Come on, get out of here. Who did Pedraza beat? Egner Cherry, he barely beat him. Who did Orlinares beat? He lost to Antonio Rondon, DeMarco. Rigondeaux jumped up 2 weight class. Who did he beat at 130? Who did he beat at 126? Nobody. Rocky Martinez old. Orlando Salido beat him. So come on, I can play that game all day. Miguel Moraga just came off a loss to Oscar Valdez and moved up in weight. I can play that game all day. I can play that game all day. So who did one of his opponents ever beat? Let me double check. I could be wrong. Let me double check his resume before I get off. Let me double check. Okay, he beat Jose Luis Ramirez. He beat Orlando Salido, Gary Allen Russell, give him credit. Suri Tanuka Naka, I don't know who that is. Gamerly Rodriguez, don't know who that is. Ramon, I don't know who that is. He beat Rocky Martinez, not impressed. Oh, Nicholas Walters came off almost a year layoff, if my memory serves me correctly. Yes, it was 11 months to the day. He came off a draw. Hold on. I forgot this. Hold on. He came off a draw. Lawrence Williams salute to Jason Sosa. So come on. He fought Nicholas Walters coming off a draw. Okay. Then he fought Miguel Moraga coming off a loss to Oscar Valdez. That was on pay-per-view too. Then he fought Rigondeaux jumping up 2 weight classes. Come on. Then he fought Orlinares. I just explained that. Then he fought Jose Pedraza. I just explained that. Then he fought Anthony Carrella. Just explained that. I mean, don't need to explain that. Then he fought Luke Campbell. So once again, I say it again. Who did he beat that special? It smelled like a manufactured bag to me. Who did he beat? Tell me, have you seen him? Seen them? Do. Rigondeaux beat bigger. What are you talking about? Rigondeaux never fought above 122 pounds. What are we talking about? He never fought above 122 pounds, has he? He said Walters really beat Sosa. I know that was on HBO, but it was a draw. It is what it is. He said, who old did Loma take? Just Rigondeaux, who jumped up 2 weight classes. Campbell had 2 L's. Carrella had 6 L's. Pedraza had 1 L. Nares had 3 L. We talked about Rigondeaux. Moraga had 2 L's. Sosa had 1 L. Nicholas Walters was only 1. Martinez had 2 L's. Roma had 4 L's. Guillermo Rodriguez had 2 L's. Tanuka 2 had 1 L. Gary had no L's. Orlando had 12 L's. And Jose Luis Ramirez had 3 L's. I mean, didn't Walters move up in weight, if my memory serves me correctly? Didn't Walters move up in weight? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Boxer, could you want to sign up? No. Yep, he was a super featherweight when he fought Donier, so that was 130. So hold on. Yeah, he came up from featherweight at least. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, he started off at featherweight, 26. And now fight was announced a month before it happened. Oh, you talking about with the what fight? Amasama was bigger. Loma gave Rigo. Get out of here, man. Why come on, he came up 2 weight classes. Stop it. Trying to get credit for beating Rigondeaux. Ain't no credit in that. More efforts were begging to fight Rigondeaux. I don't know what he mean. I don't know who's begging to fight Rigondeaux. Yeah, let me get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all. Rigondeaux ducked the smoke at 26. Who he ducked at 26? Because did he fight at 26 before? How you duck somebody you never fought in a weight class? Is my question, but let me double check that. Let me double check. Super bantamweight. I don't think he ever fought at 126. I don't think he fought at 126. I don't think he fought at. That's all I'm saying. He said Manny called out Loma. Let me get out of here. And Loma ducked that fade, didn't he? I'm doing with to fight the old man, I'm doing with to fight the old man. I want a young fighter. Loma wants a young fighter. I don't care about the money. I want to get the fuck out of here, pussy. We gone.